replace the motor, you will need to take the dryer apart. Always disconnect the dryer from the wall outlet before doing any work on it. Remove the lint filter. Unscrew these 2 screws. Use a flat screwdriver to pry open the top panel. Lift the top panel and lean it against the wall. Open the door on the dryer, and use the drum baffles to turn the drum. Turn the drum until one row of baffle screws is on the top position like this. Measure the distance from this hole to the screw. Get a piece of coat hanger wire, and bend it like this. Loosen this screw until the head is sticking out. Hook the wire between the head of the screw and the hole on the frame. Use a small flat screwdriver to disconnect the door switch from the wire harness, like this. You will need to remove these 2 screws to remove the front panel. You will also need to lift the front panel to unhook it from the front panel holding hooks. Go ahead and remove the 2 front panel holding screws. Push the front panel out a little bit to disengage it from the drum. Lift the corners of the front panel to unhook it from the 2 front panel holding hooks. And move the front panel away from the working area. The coat hanger wire holds the drum in place, and it makes it easier to work. Disconnect the belt from the motor pulley, and remove the idler pulley. Remove the coat hanger wire, and take out the drum with the belt. Use a flat screwdriver to remove this motor holding clamp. You will need a 7/8 open wrench to loosen the blower wheel from the motor shaft. Hold the blower wheel with a 7/8 open wrench. And with a pair of pliers turn the motor shaft clockwise to loosen the blower wheel from the motor shaft. Continue turning the motor shaft clockwise until the blower wheel is off the motor shaft. Remove the open wrench from the blower wheel. Use the flat screwdriver to remove the motor clamp on the front. Turn the motor around and disconnect the wire harness from the motor. Grab the motor, wiggle it a little bit to separate it from the blower wheel, and take it out. Take the new motor and stick the motor shaft into the blower wheel. Set it on the cradle with the motor switch facing up. And connect the wire harness to the motor switch. Make sure you push it all the way in to get a good connection. Turn the motor like this, so the drum won't hit the motor when the drum is turning. Set the front motor clamp in place. And use the flat screwdriver and a hammer to drive it in. Hold the blower wheel with a 7/8 open wrench. And turn the motor shaft counterclockwise by hand until the motor shaft is all the way into the blower wheel. Then turn the motor shaft counterclockwise with a pair of pliers to tighten the blower wheel to the motor shaft. Set the rear motor clamp in place. And use the flat screwdriver and a hammer to drive it in. Now you need to put the dryer back together. Put the drum inside of the dryer, on top of the drum rollers. Turn the drum around to make sure that the drum is riding on top of the rollers and the rollers are riding on the groove of the drum. Find the drum baffle screw that you loosened before, and make sure is on the top. Hook the coat hanger wire from the head of the screw to the hole on the back panel. This will hold the drum in place and it will make it easier to install the belt and the front panel. Use the mark of the belt on the drum as a reference to where you should put the belt on the drum. Place the belt around the drum. Make sure that the belt is not twisted. Make sure that ridges on the belt are facing the drum. If the ridges are facing away from the drum, the belt is installed wrong. Place the idler pulley on the two holes on the dryer floor, and hold it with your right hand. Place the belt on top of the slide. Push it through the pulley with your finger. Grab it with your right hand. Push the idler pulley to the right and place the belt around the motor pulley. Use the same procedure to install the idler pulley with the wheel, instead of a slide. Place the front panel in front of the dryer. Hook the bottom of the front panel on the two hooks. Secure the front panel with the two holding screws. Remove the coat hanger wire, and tighten the baffle screw. Turn the drum to make sure that the front of the drum rides on the front felt bearing. Also make sure that the rear drum seal is sealing properly. Use a flat screwdriver to set it back in place. Connect the door switch to the wire harness. Make sure you make a good connection. Lower the top panel. Align it. And push down to snap it in place. Screw in these two screws. And install the lint filter. That was the way to replace the motor.